Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, starting off with some mostly cloudy conditions out there this morning with our temperatures fairly mild, and overall we'll see another mild day ahead. Low end chance of maybe a few afternoon sprinkles, maybe a light shower, but that looks to be unlikely at this time. But the better chance of rain will arrive as we get later into the evening as the cold front passes through the area. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have a boundary just to our south that's going to lift north as a warm front through the local area. That's going to bring possibly enough forcing for a few light showers, but again, not looking too likely, but we'll keep those temperatures mild even as we go into the evening. And then the cold front here off to the west will push through during the overnight time frame, and that's going to bring more seasonable conditions back to the area as we get into our Thursday. Current conditions this morning, we have a few clouds at 3,000 feet, broken deck at 7,000 feet, broken at 25,000 feet, and seeing winds generally out of the east-northeast and northeast at around 8 knots, temperature at 48 degrees, and our relative humidity is at 83%. Take a quick look at the current visible satellite at this time. We can see those clouds streaming through over the area. We have some additional cloud cover off to the southwest that's streaming kind of northeasterly with that boundary, and that's going to continue pushing through the area today, and should see overall mostly cloudy conditions through the area today. And then we can see some clouds associated with that cold front well off to the northwest that will be pushing in again as we move through the overnight time frame. We look at the high resolution model, see how we can expect things to play out. The model here indicates that chance of a few light radar returns passing through the area, mainly as we get into the afternoon time frame, but again, not expecting much, if anything, to make it to the surface, and it would be very brief if it was to happen. So overall, dry and cloudier conditions expected today. As we get into the evening, particularly as we get past 8 o'clock, we'll start to see our chances of rain increasing, with rain becoming likely as we get past the 10 o'clock time frame, between the 10 and 2 a.m. time frames, when we're going to see a bulk of the rain pushing through with that boundary. We'll see a chance for some moderate rain showers with this, and possibly even an embedded thunderstorm, just a slight chance of that possibility happening, about 20% chance. Otherwise, that front continues to push through the area. We should see rain start tapering off as we pass the 2 a.m. time frame, and then coming to an end as we get past the 4 a.m. time frame, and we'll start to see those clouds breaking behind the front and becoming partly cloudy as we start our day on Thursday. We'll see the winds start to pick up as far as wind gusts just ahead of the front, and then really pick up as the front pushes through. So a good chance of seeing a wind advisory as that boundary pushes through the local area, and we'll maybe slightly breezy as we start the day on Thursday, but then again there's gradual downward trend in the winds as we move into our Thursday. Thursday looks dry. We'll be back to more fairly seasonable temperatures with partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions, and we'll see some increasing clouds as we go overnight Thursday into early Friday as the low pressure tracks just off the coast, and as you can see, some reflectivity associated with that starting to lift into the local area as we get into the start of the day Friday. We'll see a slight chance of some of this shower activity making its way into the local area, particularly as we get into the afternoon. So maybe some light sprinkles or a light shower possible. Nothing too significant looking at this time, but nonetheless, that possibility will be there as that area of low pressure tracks just off the coast and stays out of the local area. So if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting green conditions as we move through our daytime hours. We'll see clouds sticking around with ceilings anywhere between 3,000 to 6,000 feet as we get into the afternoon, possibly dropping down to 1,000 to 2,000 feet, particularly if we get any of those light sprinkles, possibly lowering those cloud bases a bit. Just a very slight chance, again, of that light shower or sprinkle around the area. We'll see mild temperatures with our high expected up around 59, maybe reaching 60, but likely just below 60 this afternoon. And we'll see winds shifting more out of the southeast to south-southwest behind that warm front, 7 to 12 to 8 to 13 knots as we go through the afternoon. Going into the evening time frame, we continue with some mild temperatures. We'll see conditions becoming overcast as we approach 20 local this evening, and that's when we'll start to see some of those winds become a bit gustier with southwest winds 8 to 13 knots, gusting up to 18 becoming more westerly just ahead of the front, gusting up to 20 knots, and that's when we'll start to pick up that chance of rain. Looking at an orange chance for rain between the 20 local and 4 local time frame this evening. Again, the best chance being between 22 local and 2 a.m. And that slight chance of a thunderstorm, about a 20% chance embedded with some of that activity, any heavier showers, so keeping that yellow risk for lightning through the area as well, and that yellow risk for some reduced ceilings and visibilities with that activity pushing through. And as the front pushes through and off the coast, we'll see decreasing clouds, particularly as we get past that 4 a.m. time frame. And as you can see here, we do have that red risk for elevated winds as we move towards the end of that 0 to 4 a.m. time frame, with gusts possibly reaching up to 28 knots just along and behind that front. And then we'll see those slowly start to come down as we get into the start of the day on Thursday. Tides running normal at this time. Thursday we'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions. We'll see some slightly breezy conditions possible early on as we start the day for the first couple hours, so keeping a yellow risk for winds that are above 25 knots, but again expecting that downward trend as we move through the morning hours of Thursday. We'll see our high of 49 degrees. Thursday evening, we'll see increasing clouds again with that system off the coast, partly to mostly cloudy overall. We'll see a low of 35 degrees. Overall green conditions expected for our weather risk, with a slight onshore component keeping those temperatures from bottoming out too low Thursday evening. And then Friday, once again, another fairly seasonable day with a high of 49 degrees. Overall, mostly cloudy to overcast with that system off the coast, and then that chance of a light shower or sprinkle mainly during the afternoon. So keeping a yellow risk for that potential for some precipitation. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 Daily Operations Weather Briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.